What's up everybody, and welcome to day 2 of my Vlogmas or 25 days of Christmas. This is my December TBR.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Now I have 12 books on my list to read for this month, and that's if no other books come in on hold for libraries. I feel like I have this problem where I don't have anything to read that I'm like in the mood for, and everything that I want to read is like I'm waiting for a hold at the library, and then all of a sudden when I have a whole stack of things to read, all of those holds come in, and then I just like I can't deal with it. I'm about to hit my Goodreads goal. Currently right now when I'm filming, it's still the very end of November. So I'm gonna try and fit 2 more books into November's like wrap up or TBR or whatever. And then I need to read 10 more books in order to hit my Goodreads goal of 75 books. Really quick, if you're not following me on Goodreads, I do have my link down below all the time. And so if you're watching this and you think that we have similar tastes, like go ahead and follow me. I love following people, and Goodreads is like such an addiction because that's where I get most of my TBR recommendations from. So we are doing a Harry Potter like series readathon for the next 3 months, and it starts in December. So we're supposed to be reading the first 3 books of the Harry Potter series. So I picked up from the library. I have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and then I'm waiting for The Prisoner of Azkaban. I guess that's how you say it. I've never read the Harry Potter series before, and I've only seen the movies like once in my life. I just hope that they're not too juvenile. I know last year I like started reading the first like 10 pages of The Sorcerer's Stone, and I just felt like I was reading a little kid's book, but since I'm doing it along with my book club, I think that'll like kind of push me through that. And I mean, every single person I talk to, I feel like loves the Harry Potter series. So I'm excited. I hope it's something where I read it and I'm just like, I'm so glad I read this. And I also took the house quiz. If you're a Ravenclaw, go ahead. Ravenclaws unite down in the comments. The next books that I'm reading are part of the monthly book discussions that I do in my book club. So we're reading a Christmas book, which is Merry and Bright. I've never read a Debbie Macumber. Oh my gosh, I am terrible at names. Never read any of her books before, so here it's just a really like short cutesy read. I'm excited about that because it's really hard for me to find books that revolve around Christmas. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm looking forward to kind of reading a Christmassy book for this month. This one is about a girl named Mary, and she, I guess, is really busy with the holidays, with her job, getting ready for the holidays, all that kind of stuff, and she doesn't have a man in her life. So I think her brother and her mom like kind of create an online dating profile or something, and all these matches start coming in. So it's a very like cute romancy book. I feel like a lot of people talk about Christmas Hallmark movies, which I've never really watched any of them, but this kind of sounds like a Christmas Hallmark movie. So I'm excited to see, like, I hope I like it. You know, just reading the little synopsis and stuff makes me want to like dive into this book right now with like a cup of hot cocoa and candles and Christmas music. So that's gonna happen. The next book that's in my monthly book club reads is The Broken Girls, and this has been on my TBR for a really long time. I feel like this probably I should have read back in October, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, I read books that are like this, I feel like, all the time. This, I think, flips back and forth. It said back in the 1950s, there's this place that like girls go that nobody wants anymore, and so there's like these 4 girls that bonded. But I guess that place is kind of haunted because then it flips back into the year 2014, and someone dies at that place, and they think that it's like involving this haunted house or whatever the girls were back then. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it seems like a little ghost story. I know I'm terrible at like selling books to you guys, but this one's got a lot of ratings. Read it. And the next one on the list is The Death of Mrs. Westway. I've never actually read a Ruth Ware book. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I think she might have a new one coming out. I forget. This one was, I think, the one that came out this summer. Just kidding. I have read a Ruth Ware book. It even says New York Times bestselling author of The Woman in Cabin 10. And I've read that one, and that one was actually pretty good. I think I might have given it like 4 stars. That was back in my like beginning thriller stages. So this is about a girl that receives this like anonymous letter about this inheritance that she's getting, but her parents have been dead for a while and her grandmother's been dead for a while, so this letter kind of came out of nowhere. So the bills are piling up, it says, and so she wants to get this inheritance. So I guess she goes to the place and bad things are happening from this money that she inherited. I don't know. It's like mystery, of course. It wasn't exactly on my TBR, but because my book club is reading it, I decided I would read it. I don't know. The whole inheritance and grandmothers and stuff kind of like, it's not something that's like, oh, I want to read this so bad, but there are a lot of good things. So let me know in the comments if you've read this and liked it. That way I get super pumped. And now some of the books that I'm like really, really excited for are these ones right here. Like these are the ones that I'm probably going to read first. I don't know, like it's so hard for me to decide. I should just throw everything in a jar. But this one is The Sister, and I've never read any books by Louise Jensen, but she does have a new one coming out called like The Surrogate, and it just sounds amazing. So I thought I should read this one and see if I like her writing style before I buy or win or try and find the Surrogate one when it comes out. So this is about a girl named Grace, and her best friend Charlie dies. Now all of a sudden this like sister of Charlie who died, I guess, comes out of the woodwork and starts becoming really good friends with Grace. But things start happening, and I guess she's gonna find out like maybe this isn't a real sister. And I guess Grace's boyfriend starts acting weird. I don't know, there might be some cheating involved. But I love books where, you know, a character gets brought in with you thinking that it's somebody, and then it turns out that it's somebody else, or like, you know, that might not be her actual real sister, things like that. So I'm super excited to read this, and it's a pretty small book, so I think I'll be able to fly through this really quickly. Appreciate that. Is beautiful. The next book is Stillhouse Lake by Rachel Kane. I've never read any books by her, but this book was sent to me by my good friend Rachel. So I'm super excited to read this one. And it's one of those like smaller paperback ones, just like I read Sometimes I Lie, which was amazing. So I'm hoping that this is the same. So this one is about a lady named Gina. She's married. She has 2 kids. Her life is pretty perfect. And her husband gets in a car accident, and then they find out that he's been a serial killer for all these years. So he goes to jail. She like, I think, moves to this like lake area, and things are still happening, and she feels like she's in danger, but it's weird because her husband's in jail. So I guess we're gonna find out why weird things are happening or who's after her. It sounds pretty creepy to me. And the next book is The Retreat by Mark Edwards. I have not read any books by him, but this was sent by my friend Jessica. Thank you to all of my amazing friends who like send me books all the time. Now, this is about a mother who lost her daughter and her husband. Like he was trying to save the daughter from drowning. So I guess they found the husband's body, but they never found the daughter's body. Now years go by, and she starts a like writing retreat. And then this author who writes horror novels like comes and is just like infatuated with the story of her husband's death and the disappearance of her daughter. So he starts, I guess, like writing a book and trying to find out like maybe is the daughter alive. But they find out a lot of like secrets, and you know, I feel like when I'm talking about thriller books, they all start the same and they kind of end the same. Like, obviously, there's answers that we don't know about. And when you read this book, you're probably going to find the answers, and you might be shocked. Does that make you want to read the book now? But anyway, I just love books like that because it keeps me reading, because I do want to find out the answers. I'm excited about this. And again, like, the covers on these books are just, oh, they're just amazing. My legs are falling asleep. Okay. We have a lot of thrillers. We have some fantasy with the Harry Potter. So now I'm going to read Wonder. Now this book is actually based on a true story, and I hear it's gonna make you cry. And so I did want to like throw in, I like to throw in like a couple books that are just different. Now this is about a little boy that's born with like a facial difference, and there is a movie about this. I just haven't watched it yet, but he tries to fit in at his new school. So this book is all about his life, and I think he's in 5th grade, dealing with like going to school, being different, people making fun of you, all that kind of stuff. So I mean, just reading the synopsis, I can feel like I'm gonna cry. Like I'm tearing up right now. So we're gonna stop talking about that one. Now for my self-help section, I have 3 books to read for this month. This first one is The Power of Habit. This is the book that we're reading and discussing in my Keto Motivation group. I do have that group linked down below. If you want to check it out, you can read and discuss this with us. But we are going to be talking about habits, how to start them, especially with the new year coming on. I'm not exactly sure like exactly what it's about, other than, you know, having good habits. But I'm excited about this because I need to start drinking more water. I need to go to bed earlier. I need to keep my cell phone out of my bedroom. Like, there's so many habits that I need to start, and I'm hoping that this book will help. And then the other 2 books I got are money-based books. I'm actually going to be start budgeting a lot for this new year, 2019, and I do want to start having some budgeting videos here on my channel, but I really don't know anything about it. Like, I've never read a book about budgeting before. So I just picked up Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover. I just know that a lot of people talk about him, like them getting them out of debt, all that kind of stuff. Like, we don't have debt to get out of other than our house, but there are some big purchases and there are some things we want to change about our house. And, you know, you kind of have to have money saved for that. So I'm really hoping that I can save a little bit more money by reading these books. And the next book that I have is The Debt-Free Living. How a Spending Fast Helped Me Get From Broke to Badass in Record Time. So this book I was like kind of flipping through, and it was really cool because it was talking about needs and wants, and I already kind of do that in my budget tracker in my bullet journal. She just talks about like how to save money, maybe by hanging your laundry on a wash line instead of using the dryer, or not keeping your house like super hot and wearing sweatshirts, and you can save money on your electric bill. So I just like, when I was flipping through that, I saw those like scenarios and little tips, and I thought that was really interesting. I just think it's set up really well. Like, it looks easy to read, and that's the thing. Like, I wanted a budget book to be easy to read, and I just got this at the library. If you have any recommendations on budget books or money saving books or anything like that, pop them down below, because that's definitely going to be one of my main topics for 2019. And I do really want to work on budgeting and saving money, all that good kind of stuff. So that is all for my December TBR. What books are you reading this month? Pop them down in the comments, because I love to see what you guys are reading. I always get recommendations from you guys in the comments, and I do put them on my Goodreads list. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you all in tomorrow's Vlogmas video. Bye, guys.